Hello, everyone. It's LaVon McMillan, founder and CEO of Advocate for Me. Thank you for tuning in today to Advocate for Me podcast. So, I said we would do our first episode on September 15th, 2020. And here we are, September 15th, 2020. I'm excited. Don't know what to expect of having a podcast, but just give you an idea of why I wanted to start one. So I guess that would be our first episode, our why. So Advocate for Me was started June of 2018. So the goal is to offer resources, advocacy, and training to families who have children, who are caring for children with special needs. And so we fast forward to 2020. Some of the things that we would do for families is we had an autism mom's night out. So it was a more face-to-face environment, and we did different resource um, events and vending and sharing our book, What About Me, that talks about a child being on the spectrum in the early childhood um, classroom. So we fast forward to 2020, and we got hit with a pandemic um, with the coronavirus. And pretty much March of 2020, everything got shut down. I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so everything got shut down. And we're still in the midst of it on September 15th. So I wanted to make sure that I still was able to get resource information, interviews that I was conducting, as well as making sure that our family still had a voice or still had someone to talk to and to listen to them. So here's my way of having you listen to things that I think may be of influence for you. Maybe it can empower you, and maybe it can educate you. So I hope this podcast would be helpful to families, that it may um, inspire you to keep pushing and being an advocate for your child. My son now is 13. Our story briefly is that he was born at between 27 28 weeks premature. He was 2 pounds 3 ounces. He's now 13. We're still going through a few medical issues, but thank God he made it this far. It's been a long journey. Like I tell people, like for 13 years I haven't been getting any sleep. And thank God for his private nurse care that he's had the last 2 years. But I definitely have learned a lot in this journey. Some days I felt like I was alone. Some days I felt like I had a tribe of people that was helping me out. And then it was like mixed feelings on some days. Some days I was tired. Some days I was overwhelmed. Some days I was crying, why me? Some days I was crying, why him? But that's one thing that we really don't know why. Only thing we can do is embrace our child, love them, and teach them to be the best person that they can be, even with their disability, even with their medical conditions, even with, the world that we live in. Little do the people know that, when they encounter our children, that they're actually being blessed because they're learning how to be diverse. They're learning how to look at their strengths instead of their weaknesses or their challenges. And then they're learning how to deal with, not deal, but how to interact with someone who they have to get used to being with, as well as expanding their mind of how they think and how they feel, and also how that person can learn. So I guess that's it in a nutshell, as to why I started the podcast. So Advocate for Me was started, again, like I said, it was 2018, but it originally started out as a chapter in a book with Erica Gilchrist called Women Thriving Fearlessly. And then I did a second edition, Women Thriving Fearlessly, Mother's Edition. In the first book, Women Thriving Fearlessly, I talked about my journey with my son, from him being premature up until the time that I started working in early intervention. So I do work with children who are developmentally delayed, um, birth to 3, and I love the experience because I watched them go from not being able to do something, which is a challenge, and then taking off and just, you know, completely busting the door open and being able to do that goal and master more. Um, and it's just an eye opener. I love what I do. I've been doing it for at least 11 years now. Without my son, I would not have known anything about this field. Um, but I absolutely love it. It's been quite an interesting journey, with the different families and the different children and different diagnoses that I've encountered. But one thing that I've always seen is that they're a happy child, no matter what the diagnosis may be, that they're happy. Like some days they're smiling, some days they're laughing, some days they don't want to be bothered with me. But it's just an amazing feeling to know that you took part in a child's life and helped them get over a challenge and help them overcome. So some of the things that I have planned for the Advocate for Me podcast is we have a few interviews coming up in the upcoming weeks, um, of early intervention specialists. I have a few ABA therapists that I'll be reaching out to do interviews with, and anyone who's interested in wanting to do an interview, whether it's a parent who wants to share their story and their journey. um, One of the things that I would like to do is have a mom's edition where we have the moms come and interview them. And then one of the things that I wanted to have is a dad's corner, because we normally hear from the moms, but we never hear from the dads. And they're normally, walking silently in this journey as well. So I want to have a dad's corner where I'll interview fathers and see what their experience is about their child's diagnosis, about living with their child, and just different things um, that they may want to share. So I definitely want to be able to share that, as well as um, I know with my journey, we had some financial struggles, so I do want to offer Financial Freedom Fridays. So that'll be once or twice a month, where we'll talk about different things that we can do as a family to make sure that we're financially um, stabilizing our family financially. How should I put it that way? We just want to make sure that, especially with what went on this year, with the coronavirus, a lot of families lost their jobs, and some people feel as though that their job is their security. Like, I'm secure. This job is not going anywhere. And then lo and behold, a lot of families did lose their jobs. So it definitely was an eye opener for a lot of people. I do have a few mentors that they always say have multiple streams of income, and I'm really glad that I followed that um, before the pandemic, because that was very helpful for me and my family. So, what else do we have in store for Advocate for Me podcast? We have was one other thing: Financial Freedom Fridays, Mom's Edition, Dad's Corner, um, interviewing specialists, and I want to do a book club. I'm gonna toss that up in the air, see if anyone is interested with that as well. But just picking a book for a month, um, to talk about different diagnoses and how to handle it. I am currently working on an ebook that will help families when they first receive the diagnosis. So hopefully that will be out by the end of September. I have a program that I'll be working with professional moms who are caring for children with special needs. I'll be rolling that out in the next couple of weeks, and also offering organizations, family child care centers, um, a special advocate to come in and work with children who may have developmental delays, just coming in, observing them, and then being able to give them a plan that they can utilize on a regular basis to assist them with their lesson plans. So that is on the horizon for Advocate for Me. Um, so I welcome your feedback. I welcome your suggestions that you might have. We definitely are excited about this. Um, Never would have thought that I would be doing a podcast, but here I go. I really I'm the type of person that doesn't like um, being in the limelight. I like helping everyone. So I had to psych myself in saying that this is helping um, other families. So I hope and pray that it does once we start moving forward with the other episodes. But again, this is officially our first podcast, and we are sharing this with the world. Um, so we will be coming back on next Tuesday with the interview with the early intervention specialist, and we'll be sharing both a couple of our strategies that we work with families, as well as different pointers and parenting strategies for our parents. And although I said that this podcast is for um, families who have children with special needs, it is not limited to families who have children with special needs. We're here for anybody who may need our resources, who may need our advocacy, and who may need the additional training. So we thank you for tuning in again today. We can be reached via our website, www.lmadvocateforme.com. Our email address is advocateforme, the number 17 at gmail.com. And we have a few friends and family members who helped us get this um, off the road. A few weeks ago, we asked family and friends for just a 24-hour donation, and we were able to raise at least $450 that would benefit us in doing the podcast, as well as our additional projects that we were working on. So we are very grateful for them. I'm going to shout a few of them out right now. We would like to thank Donna Sipo, Joe Wilson, sorry guys, pulling up the list. So again, this podcast is for families who have children with special needs. Right now, we're giving a shout out to a few of our family and friends who helped us out financially with a $10 or more donation to kick this off. So again, we would like to thank Donna Sipo, Carolyn Crawford, David D. Simmons, Siobhan Colwert, the Shawford family, Pooh, aka Danielle Shawford and her family, Denise Bennett, Cheryl Morton, Aziz Collins, Gabriella, and her organization For Her Sake, and Coach Rudolph Gavin, making sure I got everybody, and Kim Renee and her organization From Theory to Practice, Joel Wilson and his organization Tech Core 2, and there's a few more, pulling them up now. So we want to thank everyone who is supporting us in our journey, as well as, sharing and pushing us along in what we want to do with getting this out to our families. We have Dr. Donna Jones and her donation to our fundraiser. Donna Winston and her donation to the fundraiser. Deacon Sampson and his donation to the fundraiser. I think that's everybody. I'm just trying to make sure I got everybody. Don't want to miss anyone. Who has been greatly supporting us. Two of our other supporters who have been with us from the beginning, Joy Wilson and Miss Terry. We also want to thank Darnell Lawson, and Shannon Skipworth and her organization. You are beautifully made. We want to do a special shout out to two awesome moms, Shantae Douglas and Jamila Malero Tucker. They are amazing. Oh, and Jasmine Pooh. They are amazing. They are three moms who are caring for their children who are diagnosed with autism, but they didn't let that diagnosis stop them. They are going out into the world, sharing and helping families through children books, through resources, through like different gatherings for families, school book, like school supplies, and having a autism event, sharing a Christmas drive, like sharing information as much as possible. I just love them three because they are amazing. They keep me moving and keep me motivated. Although with my story and my journey, my son, his is, more medical with feeding issues. And that's why I didn't advocate for me for just one diagnosis, because our children all had different diagnoses. But we all go through the same emotions, and we all go through the same challenges and learning what our child is diagnosed with, doing the research, taking them to their medical professionals, and just dealing with everyday life. Like sometimes we just feel like just keeping our head above water. But I want to thank each and every mom, each and every dad, each and every grandparent, uncle, cousin, brother, sister who may be going through this journey with us. Know that we thank you for everything that you do, and we thank you for, you know, the ups and the downs. And we know sometimes we're hard to deal with, but we definitely appreciate everyone who's part of the tribe as we go through this journey with our children. So again, I thank you for tuning in to the episode. And we can be reached again at lmadvocatefforme.com, as well as on our email is advocateforme, the number 17 at gmail.com. So stay tuned for more episodes of Advocate for Me's podcast, and we bid you a farewell. Be blessed, be safe, and looking forward to sharing this journey with all the listeners. Thank you. We have a few more shout outs that we forgot to say. So we want to thank Darlene Beasley, again Joel with his organization Tech Core 2. I have the company's name but not the person's name, so please forgive me. J Marsh Photography. Miss Judith DeMorney McDaniel. Absolutely love her. Great mentor. We have a donation from Dr. Essence Presley and the Child Care Institute of America. Absolutely love her too. We have a donation from Devon Clark, an ADC kid. He is awesome in supporting minority authors, and he has an amazing book, an amazing game out also. So check him out. I believe I actually got everybody now. I just didn't want to leave nobody out. I would feel really bad. So if not, I didn't get everybody. I will definitely make sure I have the final list on our next episode. But again, thank you for tuning in. Again, be blessed, be safe. Till the next time that we talk. Take care of your child, be an advocate, and be your child's voice.